Yo,
What's up, y'all? Hey, this is episode 2, man, of Coach's Life, man. I'm Coach DT.
and I'm Coach Shay. What's good?
Hey, man. Hey, listen, we back, man. Episode 2. I told y'all January 28th, but you know what I'm saying? We working out the kinks, and we got some other things going on that we trying to work on to bring y'all the best possible quality, so you can hear, so it ain't all crazy like it was the first time. But hey, we working on that. So we just bring y'all some good stuff, man, until the January 28th deadline, what we came up with. So we just gonna get into it. Hey, one thing though before we start, man, we gotta shout out a special man that passed um in December. Um, he's a family friend of me and Coach Hayes. Um, met him not long ago, and he's been such just the best person um that you could possibly have in your corner, man, when it comes down to kids and it comes down to doing for others. And that's Mr. Buddy Smith. Um, Shout out to Miss Holly. Shout out to the Z Pack, Xander, Zach. The two daughters. I don't know their name, but I felt that I had to say that he's going to be truly missed um, because of his commitment to his kids, his family, and to others, and always helping out the best way he can. When you help someone, man, it don't always have to be monetary. It's just time, investing, and just doing things the best way you know how. And I think we had to just start this off by saying that with this episode here, with this podcast.
Um, just I met Buddy maybe like 5 years ago in Orlando. Um, I had no idea that we would, you know, fast forward 4 or 5 years, have any, sort of relationship. Um, Great dude. Learned a lot of things from him. He was a business minded dude, you know what I'm saying? You learn how to get straight to the point, dealing with Buddy. Um, Great father, man. If you can define a father, he will be exactly what it is. He did everything for his kids. He worked hard. He supported them in every way. He tried to make sure that he was present, no matter what his kids did, from football games to recitals, volleyball games. He did it all, man. Drive back and forth to Miami, man. To make sure his son at Miami was good. He would text me, "Hey, Shay, can you get Xander a ride here? Make sure he gets there." Hey, buddy, no problem. Um, he sent me a million photos, videos of his boys working out.
All the time.
He lives for his kids, man, and I pray one day that I can be that type of father, and you will be truly missed, my man. I respect you, much love to you, and I'll support the family in any way that I can.
Definitely.
Rest in peace, Buddy Smith, man.
So, here we go, man. We're gonna kick it off. We're gonna talk about the weekend, this NFL divisional round weekend. We're gonna talk about the first team, the first game. It was Green Bay and the Rams. Um, there was a lot of talk. We talk about the Jalen Ramsey, Devontae Adams matchup. Um, I didn't think it came down to that. I think it came down to some other things. It came down to Cam Akers. to be honest, it came down to Cam Akers. And Cam Akers showed why he said he would be a steal when me and Shay talked before. We said he'll be a steal in the draft because of the production that he's able to do. He didn't have the team around him in Florida State that would enable him to become who he needed to be. But that's a good thing. So I mean, I'd rather be better in the NFL than in college anyway. So because you actually make money by being better.
Yeah. 2 words: Aaron Rodgers. That's a bad man, boy.
Hey, AR-12, boy, AR-12. Listen, man. Hey, he gets no argument, man. He's probably one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen. Um,
He's one of the greatest, in the words of Skip Bayless, one of the greatest throwers of the football.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the greatest throwers of the football
Yeah.
as far as accuracy, released. I mean, that boy get that ball up out his hands, man. It's hard to sack Aaron Rodgers, man. And Aaron Rodgers will sneaky get 7-8 yards of carry on you, man, if you're not careful. So if you want to go man defense and not spy him and turn your backs if you want to, Aaron Rodgers will hit you for about 65, man. And that adds up on them third downs, man. When you try to blitz and you don't get home, it adds up, man. I was just interested in, respecting Jared Goff, who's coming off a thumb surgery. I don't think even 2 weeks ago, who steps in for the guy who was supposed to be replacing him. And, he fights through probably like 20-degree weather at Lambeau Field, with a, new surgically repaired thumb. Like that takes some grit, man, for him to even have to step up and play in that football game, man. And he gave his all. And another thing too, man, the emergence of Cam Akers, man. When he got drafted to the Rams, I think they had just got released. They just got rid of Todd Gurley, and they had a guy Henderson from Memphis who was a pretty decent back. They got a guy Malcolm Brown, so he kind of came in as a third back.
Mm-hmm.
And, I remember me and BT talking about it. I'm like, yo, if Cam Akers had a Clemson or Georgia or Alabama, I'd be like, yo, he'd probably be the top back, because of all the things he can do. So it was interesting to see, as the season kind of went on, he kind of became the featured guy. And, the first playoff game, you saw him really ball out. In this game as well, you saw them really give him the majority of the carries, man. You kind of see him kind of blossom and turn into the guy, So going into next year, the LA Rams are probably going to feel real comfortable knowing that they finally got a guy in the backfield to replace where Gurley left off.
Yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, really, Gurley was the bell cow for about 5-6 years. And when they was looking for a guy, they was running back by committee, pretty much. So, I mean, with that being said, it's just, Aaron Rodgers, man, Aaron Rodgers is great. You can't really describe it in words, man. I mean, because at the end of the day, we all know what greatness looks like. I mean, especially at my age, I don't watch, Joe Montana. I watched the Steve Youngs. I watched the Doug Williams. I watched them guys come through. And I watched some of the great San Francisco teams, the great Giant teams, even with the great Dallas Cowboy teams. So I mean, I've seen a lot of quarterbacks in my day, in my time, in my 43 years of living, but I've seen a lot of quarterbacks, and he's up there.
We give that praise to Aaron Rodgers, though, but we got to give praise to the offensive line because going into that game, I want to say the Rams had the number one defense in the NFL, and you got guys like, of course, Aaron Donald, who was playing through an injury, but Michael Brockers, Leonard Floyd, them first round guys, so you still got to protect him. And then Aaron Rodgers is down his best offensive lineman who did not play in that game. So I would say Aaron Donald was probably about 70 to 80%. 80% for Aaron Donald was better than a lot of other guys. So the Green Bay Packers had this young guy from Mississippi State. I want to say his name's Elgton Jenkins, 74. Man, he stood in the paint with Aaron Donald all game. Yeah. Not only just protecting him, but just he played with an attitude, man. And every time Aaron Donald did, after the play a little shove, that kid was shoving him back, and you just seen that he had confidence from the beginning of the game. He kind of just let Aaron Donald know, like, hey, bro, I'm here. I watched the last game. You're not gonna bully me like you did them boys. You know what I'm saying? And he's a Mississippi State guy. He's from the SEC. He's seen physical D tackles, explosive D tackles. So I ain't saying those guys are Aaron Donald, but for him to line up with dogs in the trenches, it wasn't nothing new to him. So it was kind of exciting to see that, man. The Jalen Ramsey, Devontae Adams, it wasn't exciting as I thought it was going to be because Green Bay did a lot of stuff. Then they moved them all around. He was at the X, he was at the Z, he was at the slide. They moved him around a lot to kind of get away from Ramsey. So I got to the point where I saw I saw at one point Jalen Ramsey just stopped chasing him. And they were like, you go to the slide, you just go to the slide. Fuller, 32, I want to say, from Ohio State, young BB. You step in there, hey, you got to guard him right now, bro. You got to grow up today. But I thought it was a decent matchup, though, man. They kind of got the Rams out that man because I see him doing a lot of motions, a lot of orbit motions. to kind of, make them get up out that man coverage. Jalen Ramsey got tired of chasing that man.
3 games.
Yeah, he got tired of chasing him. So, they made them boys run some zone coverage, man. So I thought it was exciting to see. But at the end of the day, as good as the Rams defense is, it's kind of hard to go out there every series and just give that fight. And your offense can't score no points, man. So, as much as we give credit to Aaron Rodgers and that great offense, man, kudos to their defense for holding the Sean McVay offense to 16 points, man.
Definitely. Excuse me. Man, it's just you gotta sometimes you just get caught, you get stutter bite because certain things you just watching the game, you be like, wow. And that's where I was with how they would just move Davante Adams around just to get him out of the way of Jalen Ramsey, because I believe that the bigger you are, the easier it is for Jalen Ramsey to cover you. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him cover bigger receivers way easier than, to say, a T.Y. Hilton, a Tyreek Hill, and when you watch it, he's not beat because he's so long. So he's still there. They just get great catches if they do catch the ball. It's rare to see him just get beat unless it's a busted coverage or something.
Do you have the stats on Davante Adams' game?
Yeah, he had 9 for 66, 1 touchdown.
So who do you say wins that battle?
Well, you got to say Davante Adams won the battle because they won the game.
Okay. So if you go individual matchup, when you go take logistics of the game, take who won, yada yada yada. If it just came down to if me and you had a talk on Devontae Parker and you Jalen Ramsey, do you feel like you got the best of me?
I don't, because the game done changed so much. So it's just hard to say somebody a lockdown corner because the game done changed. It ain't like that with Deion play.
But you gotta understand though, man, when you watch Devontae Packers play Green Bay, them 9 catches go for 170.
Yeah. Easy.
180, 2-3 tutties.
Yeah.
He got in the end zone. I want to say like they went a little orbit motion.
No, he didn't. It wasn't orbit. He just did a return.
The return.
He ran across the formation, stopped, and sprinted across the
formation. Similar to what Alabama did to Ohio State.
Yeah. Same thing.
But I don't think Jalen Ramsey got nothing to be down about.
None at all.
And another thing too I saw from that game, man. About 1 minute and some change left in the game, man. There was a coach trying to consult with Aaron Donald, man, and you saw that dude just crying on the sideline, man. Mm-hmm. And just as a fan of just him, you appreciate that because you're talking about a guy who's probably made $150 million in football money, not counting endorsements or other stuff. And you saw a guy, just really care about the game like that, and so you appreciate when you see it like that, you know what I'm saying? So a guy, he ain't just out there to be out there. That guy really giving his all, and he really cared about winning. So salute Aaron Donald, man, and pretty sure y'all be back in this, this fight next year. Man.
Yeah, I mean. No, you just not. A little technical difficulty.
Man, this tech, boy. This tech will do it to you.
Every time.
How about game 2 with that Buffalo and Baltimore?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
What you gotta say?
The media continues to kill Lamar Jackson. I don't want to blame the play calling because was it Greg Roman?
Yeah, Greg
Roman. The offensive coordinator. He's the guy that was the offensive coordinator for Colin Kaepernick when he was doing his thing. When he was flexing on people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So we can't say he don't know what he's doing. I do think Colin Kaepernick was a better passer than Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah,
not to take that away from
way better. Way better.
I just don't think Lamar Jackson has the weapons around him. That is the issue to me with the Ravens offense. You can't expect to go to a Super Bowl game when Hollywood Brown and Willie Snead are your guys. Mark Andrews is a good tight end. He does drop a lot of passes.
He's no Travis Kelce.
He's no Travis. He's no George Kittle. He's not those guys yet. He could have. I think he can get there. I think the kid's good, but you can't go. Ain't no way in the world, though. You think you're gonna battle Kansas City, and you got Willie Snead out there and Hollywood Brown. Now we know Hollywood Brown good for one thing. That's 9 route.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's a no-go
at all.
And it's hard, man. It's hard. And then, they use Lamar so much for the run game. And, I think it's easier to stop the run than it is to stop the pass. Mm-hmm. And so I think teams really lick their chops when they know the Baltimore Ravens come. Yes, Lamar is shifting and Lamar dangerous with the ball in his hands. But, man, when you put 9 guys in the box like that, you put your corners on island, especially when you got talented corners, because I feel like when you get to this level, when you the last 8 teams remaining, you got good DBs.
Yes, you
got good players, man. And Baltimore, Buffalo, they're out of their 2 safeties and their 2 corners, their main 2 guys. 3 of those 4 guys are all pro players. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, and Tre'Davious White's a baller.
Yeah.
And the other corner that I didn't mention, Levi Wallace, he's from Alabama. So you know what how he coached by saving. So you know what I'm saying? So
and he was a
walk-on.
That's
you young guy.
That's rare.
He was a walk-on. And he was all SEC.
That was rare.
All SEC. He went to Buffalo. Nobody showed him love. He earned a job. He ended up kept a job for 3 years as a starter. Not as a backup, as a starter. Josh Allen. No, I love the progress, man, from Wyoming.
Loved it.
And, I remember he was coming out the draft and people were just like, yeah, is he a sure thing?
Nobody's a sure thing.
And it's hard sometimes to kind of, judge those stats. If a guy at Wyoming goes out those 27 touchdown passes, 9 interceptions, you be like, that's decent. But you're like, who is he throwing it to?
Right.
How many of those guys he's throwing it to going to actually play on Sundays? So we got to kind of take that into consideration, So I'm really happy to see the development of Josh Allen. And another fun fact that y'all don't know, since Josh Allen entered the league, he got 26 rushing touchdowns. That's more than any other quarterback in the NFL, including Lamar.
Bingo.
So you think Josh Allen is going to go out there and throw that thing 60 yards down the field, but you better watch them legs.
But guess what? They're not design runs either, so you don't never know when he's going to do that.
Never know when it's coming.
See, that's the difference between Lamar Jackson and the rest of these quarterbacks who actually can move, like an Aaron Rodgers, or Josh Allen, Russell Wilson. They don't have design quarterback runs. And when you have design quarterback runs, it can be a good thing to mix it up. But when that's a part of your offense, a big part of your offense, people just line up and be like, he's not going to beat us like that. We're going to make him throw the ball. And, you can win games like that, but you're not going to win the Super Bowl like that. Because when San Francisco with Kaepernick went to the Super Bowl, they was throwing that ball. They was throwing it. And once you make that run in, it was over with. And then you had Frank Gore back there toting that thing legendary, man. So, I just think that with Lamar Jackson, I think he hasn't gotten better as a passer. It's obvious. You want to be, you want to be technical about it. Last year, he had 3,100 yards passing. He had 36 touchdowns and 6 interceptions last year when he was the MVP. Right. So this year he's 157 yards with 26 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. So it's a drop off. And it's not significant, but it's significant when it's in crunch time when it hit the playoffs. Because in playoffs, man, you got to score points. Everybody talk about defense wins championship. Yeah, that's an old saying, but now you got to score points, bro. Like you just watched the New Orleans game, man. People scored 30 points. You score 30 points in the playoffs, bro. You might come home with something. That's just the reality of it. And man, Josh Allen, he making a name for himself, and and that goes to show you that that's even go back to Jared Goff. When Jared Goff first came in the league, everybody thought he was gonna be a bust, until Sean McVay came in there with some innovative stuff, man, that play on his skill set. And it's all about understanding what your guy does well, and enhancing it. And if Lamar Jackson runs well, he has a decent arm, but he has a great arm. He can make a throw, but you gotta get to the details of throwing the ball. Standing in the pocket. He don't have to stand in the pocket the whole game because he's a sitting duck. Because if you get that pressure up the middle, he can't go nowhere anyway. So I think Greg Roman, them, I think they got to help him out a little bit too. I think they got to move that pocket a little bit more. I think just going standing back there and trying to read a full field is not his strong suit right now, and I think he has to develop that.
Their receivers are cheeks.
That too. Their receivers are cheeks for weeks.
Terrible wide receivers for the Baltimore Ravens.
Hey, and this coming from a wide receiver coach, bro. Listen.
Not me. He's a wide receiver coach.
Listen, bro. No. Those are not Super Bowl wide receivers, bro.
I know 3 dudes right now in the neighborhood that's better than Willie Snead.
I might know a couple, but they ain't gonna sell now. I'm just saying. So
I've seen 5 receivers in Manatee County in the last 2 years better than Willie Snead. LaJohntay Wester, Jaden Corbett, Duke Timmons. Who am I missing?
Amari Hayes.
Amari Hayes. Iron Jackson. Those guys. Hold on, my bad. Honorable mention, Michael Puda Hayes.
Yes.
Those guys are better than Willie Snead.
It's bad. He has a job on somebody's team, but that lets you know what's
that's bad. Moving on. The game between the senior citizens, Tom Brady and Drew Brees.
Oh, we can't forget about Pat Mahomes.
No, we'll get to them. Get Patrick Mahomes. We talking about Tom Brady right now.
Okay, TB12.
Check me out.
All right.
First of all, shout out to Tampa Bay coaching staff, football players for executing the plan, man, because you can't go out there and let a team beat you 3 times. After the second whooping that they took, I want to say it was 38-3. As a coaching staff, you got to go to the drawing board and you got to figure something out with the backup. Come on.
With Taysom Hill.
You got to figure something out.
It wasn't EJ.
So it just seemed like, Tampa Bay came up with a strategy, and a lot of it was send pressure, man coverage. Because Michael Thomas, who is the most overrated receiver to me, I'm sorry I had to say it. That's my opinion. Please comment when it come out. If you don't agree with me, I'm fine with it. I don't think he's elite. I think he does. He catches the ball. He does get open.
He didn't get open tonight.
In intermediate routes. He get open tonight. Hey, don't play zone against him because he knows how to sit in them holes. He's great at that. But if you just talking about a guy to take over a football game, I don't like it. I've seen Michael Thomas go out and get 13 catches for 85 yards.
Ooh.
Bro, you give D-Hop 13 catches, or
you got 200.
You give Tyreek Hill 13 catches. Come on, man. That's different, man. So, and Drew Brees, man, he played terrible tonight, man. I don't have the stats on it right now, but it just looked like, man, it just wasn't there for Drew Brees tonight. And I think the man coverage kind of messed him up a little bit, man. And also for Tampa Bay, man, having Devin White back, man. He brought such a spark to their defense tonight, man.
That's big pressure right there.
Just overall, man, great game, man. I love to see him, man. From the Saints side, Drew Brees, man, he gave it all he got. Alvin Kamara, he wasn't as involved in the passing game as he usually is, but once again, you play that man coverage, man. Devin White, you got back out of backfield. Levante David back out of back. Those guys are athletic enough, man, to make those open field tackles against Alvin Kamara. So that was exciting to see, man. And the Saints, I kind of think they missed Taysom Hill a little bit tonight, man.
Yes.
Jared Cook getting a little up there in years, man. He played that wide position for them, man. He couldn't get no separation, And Taysom Hill, man, he's a 4-4 guy. People don't know that he's a 4-4 guy. Taysom Hill, man, they go Trey and they use him a lot, man. He makes a lot of plays, those third and 3, 3rd and 4. they like Taysom Hill in the Wildcat. He gives them a lot of excitement out of that, man. So they usually got a lot of rinky dinks in their offense, man. Hit you with a little razzle dazzle. I think they just missed Taysom Hill tonight, man. He just gave them so much more excitement, man. Drew Brees, great career, man. Sad to see you go like this, man. But it is exciting, man. Tom Brady is literally one game away from being able to play the Super Bowl at your home stadium. I don't think that's ever been done before.
Okay, so everybody who's not a Tom Brady fan, can we get rid of he's not the GOAT speech? I mean, can we get rid of it now? I'm just saying. Because like he's done more or less than I've probably seen any quarterback in the NFL. Like he literally won like 5 Super Bowls, 6 Super Bowls. Like you can't even name it.
Is this the greatest receiving core he's had
Ever? Because he only had Randy Moss. He just got Randy Moss that 1 year.
So you take Chris Godwin over Wes Welker?
Okay, Wes Welker. My bad.
He had Dante Stallworth. That's not a bad. Don't do that. Dante Stallworth wasn't terrible, bro.
Who did this guy just say?
He had Deion Branch. He's a Super Bowl MVP.
Again. So you go man for man. Mike Evans.
Randy Moss is 2 times better than Mike Evans.
Okay, that counts himself out.
No.
Gronkowski.
No, it's a +1. Don't
Gronkowski.
Ron, walk off this set. Mike Evans, and first of all, you disrespected Randy Moss to the utmost. I'm sorry.
No, I said
no, it don't cancel the stuff out. That's 2-on-1. That's a +1.
2 plus 1.
Yes, that's a +1.
That's a double T.
+1.
Damn, dog.
We can cancel out. We can cancel out Wes Welker, Chris Godwin, because Chris Godwin's a dude.
Yeah, but Wes Welker, the intermediate route guru, dog.
Straight up, Welker go out there and catch 140 passes.
He's the whip route guru, bro. He's the whip route, the return route guru, bro.
Never seen nothing like it before in my life.
I don't care what nobody say. But, hey, you want to know how to run a whip route or a return route, bro? You gotta holler at Wes Welker, bro.
Okay, so right now we looking like +2.
Okay, +2.
So they third guy. Who's the Bucs' third option? Are we gonna go Antonio Brown? We're gonna go Scotty Miller right now. Antonio Brown.
Hall of Fame, but he's gonna be Hall of Fame.
Antonio Brown, Deion Branch. Okay, we'll give you Antonio Brown all day.
Okay.
No conversation.
Right.
Fourth option.
Gronk.
Yeah. Gronk and Gronk. Gronk wasn't there then. Who was their tight end then?
Exactly.
Don't do that. They had a decent tight end though, man.
The only time they had
84. Who was he?
Tell me. Who was he? I'm gonna look in the mirror. Who was he?
Come on, don't do that. Oh boy, ran Chad Bailey down, smacked him at the 1 yard line in the playoff game.
You still can't tell who he is.
Oh, man.
I'll wait. Yeah, go to Google.
What Shaq say? Google me, Chuck. Hey, Google me, Chuck. Man, come on, man.
Yeah, but we got time.
Benjamin Watson. I ain't even have to Google. I just thought about it. Benjamin Watson was a pretty decent tight end at that time, bro. He's not.
He's a journeyman, dog. He's like the JaVale McGee of football, bro.
But you can't do that because this Gronk ain't the same, bro. But this Gronk better than
he's Gronk still better than Watson, bro.
Okay, so receiving core. Are we gonna count the running backs too, as far as receiving core?
No, you can't count them.
Because the Patriots running backs probably combined had 120 catches together compared to the Bucs running back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, bro, I'm talking about just straight up receiving core, bro.
Okay.
I'm talking about you just talking about 1 year. I'm talking about like you got to think about when he first won the Super Bowl, bro.
No, I'm just talking about
like
right now. Because he had bums then.
No, he had bums.
Ford Brown and
the first
guys.
3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, right.
So that's what I'm saying. So when you get to when he started getting Gronk and Hernandez and all the Corey Dillons and all that shit, man.
Yeah,
he was strapped, but their defense was more strapped than anything. When they was winning the championship, like they had like dudes, like defensive linemen, they had linebackers, they had corners, so safety. He had the big bruising linebackers though.
Yeah, you're right.
Like the Hightowers.
Yeah, I don't want to get off track, but Teddy Bruschi would get creamed if he was in the NFL right now.
Oh, he will be a defensive lineman.
So check me out. So we both established Tom Brady's the GOAT. No argument here.
Oh no. He's a GOAT, but it's unanimous if he goes and wins the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, straight up.
It's unanimous. Like
But
we won't even talk about it no more.
But there is a kid in Kansas City who was making an argument right now about, what his potential could be.
Potential, keyword.
Potential, in the words of my boy Steve Cucci, potential mean you ain't done yet.
Exactly.
You heard that blank? Yet.
Exactly.
So Patrick Mahomes and his compadres got to play against up-and-coming Cleveland Browns team and Baker Mayfield, man. I love to see two air raid quarterbacks, man, come under
what you said? Two what?
Air raid quarterbacks.
Ooh, you can't say that word back. You can't mix that with the NFL.
Oh yeah, I forgot they say air raid don't work.
Air raid in the NFL. You can't put that in there at the same sentence. You can't do that.
Hey man, two Big 12 quarterbacks, man. Baker Mayfield, who started off at Texas Tech, playing as a freshman, balled out, got into some trouble. Transferred to Oklahoma, went to a couple Final Four games, lost both, won the Heisman Trophy, #1 pick. Pat Mahomes, he didn't have the help around him at Texas Tech, but
he still ball.
Still ball, man.
I see him go out there and throw for like 600 yards one game, bro.
Yeah, man.
He was out there by himself just throwing that ball around.
Yeah.
Like, what
Great player, man. Great player, man. Patrick Mahomes came in his first year, man. Waited his turn, sat behind Alex.
Can I stop you right there?
What's up?
Pat Mahomes is the reason why Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes. Let me tell y'all something. Pat Mahomes is the reason why Baker Mayfield had to bust a move.
Oh, I disagree. I disagree.
Why he left?
He got in trouble.
He got in trouble.
I don't even think the time frame add up. Nah, he didn't take his job. The guy got in trouble, man. Because Baker took somebody else's job.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Oh, listen.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Bro.
Don't do that. Please don't do that.
What he got in trouble for?
Baker wild, man.
Yeah, he wild.
Don't do that. Please don't do that, man. Come on, man.
Listen, man, he could have came back to Texas Tech, bro. Once he seen that #5 out there flinging that pickle around, done.
I have to disagree with you, that man.
Hey, man,
Baker Mayfield was a dude.
He was a dude. But guess what? When he seen that other dude over there throwing that pickle,
who got picked higher?
Baker Mayfield.
Okay, stop talking to me then.
Who got a ring?
Stop talking to me then.
Who got a ring?
You got a better team.
Ain't my fault. Ain't
his got a better team. So a Baker play with the Kansas City Chiefs, he don't get a ring?
No.
Facts.
No.
Hey man, come on, man. So, Kansas City Chiefs, Cleveland Browns, great game, man. A lot of star power in this game, man. You got guys like
I love watching that game.
Baker Mayfield, man. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, who's a former Chief, who was a part of the Chiefs when they kind of got hot, man. When Patrick Mahomes kind of blew up, Kareem Hunt was the guy right next to him. Before they really blew Tyreek Hill up like that, Kareem Hunt was the #2 guy. Mm-hmm. So it's very interesting to see them continue to progress, man. Kareem Hunt, got arrested. I don't understand. I don't know what happened with the Chargers that they was going against him, but he done made a home in Cleveland, man, behind Nick Chubb, man, and those guys are playing great football.
1-2 punch, man. Bro. That's a mean 1-2 punch.
Buzz on it. But man, yeah, it's pretty exciting, man, to kind of see what Cleveland headed at, man, with guys like Myles Garrett, Matt Wilson, Alabama linebacker, Roll Tide, and they play good football today, man. I think they're was a touchback.
Yeah, that touchback killed them.
They're a touchback away from the AFC Championship.
Yeah,
man.
That touchback killed them, bro. I ain't even mad at Higgins, bro, for trying to make that play. Because, you just try to make a play. Sorensen made a play, and that's just what it was. But that was a big turning point in the game. That was right before halftime. That would have changed the tide of the game earlier than it did. They kind of changed the tide like late in the third quarter, which that would have changed the tide going in halftime. They down 1 touchdown. So that play right there, I think that was the turning point of the whole game. That messed the whole game up for Cleveland, bro. And one thing about it, Kevin Stefanski, you get my utmost respect, bro, because you took a squad that, bro, they underachieved big time last year. The last 2 years, you came in there, and that's what coaching is. You take what a guy does well, and you enhance it. If you see he doesn't know do something well, why are you forcing him to do it?
Yeah.
And that's not coaching, man. That's you being stubborn. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you something. Does Cleveland get to this point with Odell Beckham?
Probably not.
Why are you saying that?
Because just in retrospect, you look at it like he demands the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And which is, he's one of the like most athletic dudes that ever played receiver.
Yeah.
So in his right, he got a right to demand the ball because he make plays.
Yeah.
Now, do it give a chance? It don't give. I'll say this: if he's in that game, they probably win.
I agree.
If he's in that game, they probably win. Because now you can't play man.
Yeah.
You play man, you might have 300-yard receiver.
Yeah.
So, and it opens up Landry.
Opens up Landry and the emergence of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So, next year we'll see. Like if he come back, like I know he will.
I
know
don't
he
think
can.
he's there next year.
You don't think so? Because that dude Higgins came when he started balling too. So,
but Higgins was a Biletnikoff finalist in college.
Yeah.
At Colorado State. I want to say he lost to. Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
I want to say he lost to Amari Cooper. He was a Biletnikoff finalist.
Okay.
He was top 3 receivers in the country, man. That's big time, man.
Yeah.
So
he's no bum.
Yeah, he's no bum at all. He's not Cheeks.
He's not Cheeks. Well, we've seen that the whole year.
Yeah.
Odell got hurt. He's been balling.
Yeah, man. Something I want to touch base on, man.
Yeah.
So I know you want to talk about, man.
Touch it.
College football is officially over. Unfortunately, we didn't have the championship game that we all expected. Well, that y'all expected.
Who expected that?
The word. I knew what time it was going to be. Roll Tide, Big Bama. What my A at? Big A's. We're looking at the mock draft. And, of course, every mock draft you find's got Trevor Lawrence going 1. I will not debate that. But the guy that called Trevor Lawrence and his squad up for 22-28, like 380 yards, 6 touchdowns, Justin Fields, who was the number 2 quarterback coming out of the same class Trevor Lawrence came out in, started at Georgia, was in line to be the starter behind Jake Fromm. He didn't win the job. He transferred to Ohio State.
Stop. He won the job, bro. He won the job.
He did not win the job.
He won the job. Now, whether they want to play over Fromm to be determined, he won that job. They have. So you mean to tell me that Jake Fromm, who ain't even in the league right now, beat out?
He's in the league. He's the backup in Buffalo. He's in the league.
He's the practice squad quarterback.
He's the backup in Buffalo, bro.
So he's number 2.
My bad. He's number 3, Matt Barkley. I'm sorry.
What? Who? Matt Barkley's in the league?
Don't do that.
Hey, man. Listen, bro. Listen. Check this out. I gotta say this. How in the hell is Matt Barkley still in the league, bro? Come on, man. I'm in my Boosie voice. Come on, man. It got me coughing. Jesus Christ. Like, how is this happening? I just watched Chad Henne just come in the game. So you mean to tell me all these quarterbacks, y'all still got Matt Barkley, Chad Henne, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Don't
do that on Fitzmagic. Don't do Fitzmagic like that. Fitzpatrick right now, whatever his name is, Ryan Fitzpatrick can give you more than Colin Kaepernick can right now.
We can't find that out. They won't let him play.
No argument there. But please,
I personally believe if they would have given Colin Kaepernick the opportunity, he'd have went out there and got busy in the right system.
You understand, though, before Colin Kaepernick shut it down, before the NFL shut it down for him, he was not playing great football. Now, hold on, before you cut me off, I see your lips trembling over there. I don't think he's a starter in the NFL. But does he deserve a job in the NFL as one of these backup quarterbacks? Yes.
All I'm saying.
Yes.
I didn't say he was a starter.
Yes. All day, every day. He deserves a job as a backup.
He could have easily backed up Russell Wilson.
Oh, facts. They got Geno Smith. You think he's better than what Geno Smith can give you?
You really want me to answer that?
Don't answer that. All right. So back to this mock draft. Of course, Trevor Lawrence is one. They have a kid coming out of BYU named Zach Wilson. Yes, I said BYU.
Yeah.
He is a white quarterback. Measurables, 6'3", 215. Justin Fields, 6'3", 225, 230. So it's not a size difference. It's nothing to do with that. Zach Wilson, who is exciting. You know, creates a lot of plays, you know, get out the pocket. He's got a good arm. I'm not going to say great arm. He's got a good arm. Pro comparison has been Aaron Rodgers.
Why they get this comparison? They be tripping. I
don't know who these guys are that doing the comparisons, but that's the pro comparison.
They are tripping.
So I am highly disappointed in how you go from Justin Fields, phenomenal quarterback, outside of this year because the COVID hit them and everything was different from them the year before. I want to say he was responsible for 45 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
At least
2 interceptions. And one of them was thrown in the final game and the final drive of their season.
That was his fault.
So you try to tell me a guy plays 13 games, throws the ball 350 times, and he only turns it over twice. That's phenomenal. They got the kid from BYU, who the toughest game they played this year was Coastal Carolina, and he couldn't pull it out.
He blew them out.
People would like to say, well, maybe he didn't have great wide receivers behind lined up with him. He didn't have the greatest team. If this kid's next level, like they say he is, you beat Coastal Carolina. I don't understand if it's once again, we see it every year in the draft when you have black quarterbacks who not love to run, who can run, because you've seen it with Jalen Hurts last year, where people continue to ask him during the interview in the draft process, will you be open to a position change? He continues to tell them, I'm a quarterback. I've been playing quarterback all my life. That's the position I want to pursue in the NFL.
The sad part is when Tebow came to the league, they never asked Tebow that.
Well, they did ask him when they found out he could not play the position officially.
That was 5 years later.
Straight up, I agree with you.
When he first came in the league, they did not ask him to switch positions. They didn't ask him to play tight end until he officially was out there throwing them skeet shots out there. He was about pull. Then they would, can you switch positions now? But then when you have Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson come in the league, just because they're able to run, just because they are very athletic and they have a skill set that nobody has, that you ask them over it to change positions instead of giving them the opportunity to show they can't play the position, then ask them just like you would do Tebow. So I mean, it gets old after a while. I've been around 43 years, so I've watched Doug Williams, I watched Vince Evans, I watched Michael Vick, I watched who else came to the league? The Cynical Wallace. Cynical Wallaces of the world. Yeah. Oh my goodness, the Tavares Jacksons of the world who never got like a real shot.
Yeah,
but then you turn around, you see a Gus Frerotte, a Brad Johnson, Steve DeBerg.
Hell, Mac Jones, the quarterback of Alabama right now.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna keep it real. He's no longer the quarterback of Alabama, so it is what it is. Mac Jones has to be the most unathletic quarterback I've seen since Matt Ryan or Tom Brady. Now, does he process information fast? Yes. Does he get the ball out of his hands quick? Yes. He does enough to not get sacked. Yes, he knows how to move well. He changed the protection. He does all of that stuff great. Yes, he does. But he also has the best receivers in the country to throw to.
And they're open. Like they're
all
not.
the time.
They're not like. They're not like he's not going in traffic. They're not making traffic hits. These dudes are getting separation.
So I just find it highly disrespectful when you look at mock drafts and now you got guys saying, well, I would take Mac Jones over Justin Fields. If anybody watches football with two eyes, there is no way you can sit here and say that there are any other quarterbacks in that draft outside of Trevor Lawrence better than Justin Fields. Nobody.
It ain't even close, bro.
It's not even. I'm with you. It's not even close.
It's not even close.
Now, is it because he didn't play great against Alabama, or he didn't play great against Northwestern?
He didn't play terribly against Alabama.
Because there's a lot of film of Trevor Lawrence not playing great.
And they should have lost to North Carolina 2 years ago.
The game against LSU, he didn't play great
at all.
There's a lot of film of him not playing great. And I don't ever want to shoot the gun and just say, oh, because he's black, they're doing him wrong. But in this case, they're doing him wrong. And once again, maybe because he's a black quarterback.
But then they're trying to use the Ohio State thing too.
But the thing is, though, he's not your typical Ohio State quarterback. And what do you think the issue is against black quarterbacks? Because I hear them say, well, maybe they can't pick up the playbook, or the NFL terminology is too difficult for them, or maybe they want to run too much. What do you hear? What do you think it is?
I think it's a mixture of a couple things. I think when you talk about the NFL now, I think that they want to already finished product. They don't want to coach. They don't want to coach guys anymore. Especially the older coaches. The older coaches don't want to coach guys anymore. They want a guy already ready to play. They want a Trevor Lawrence. They feel like that's already ready to go, already polished. They want an Eli Manning who's they feel like already polished. And I think that when it comes to black quarterbacks, that sometimes coaches in college just use their skill set. Because if you're the best player on the field, like Lamar Jackson and Jair Alexander was the only two dudes drafted off that team. So, even when he was at Louisville, he made good pay. He threw the ball well. So I just think that people don't want to coach that skill set because it's so unique that everybody don't have it. So when you get guys like the Jalen Hurts of the world and the Lamar Jacksons and the Russell Wilsons, like they're different. That's like a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? So you get a unicorn, you see a unicorn, which is a fictional animal. You can never see one. You hold it and you're like, okay, now what am I gonna do with it? So now you run into that problem. Now you got to figure out, okay, how can I make this work for me?
Yeah, because you see those guys with those gifted skill sets, and they get drafted to coaches who don't want them. You saw with Vince Young and Jeff Fisher.
Yeah.
You saw with RG3 and Shanahan. They did not want those guys.
Nope.
You take a guy like Dak Prescott, man, Dak Prescott has similar statistics to Tim Tebow, man. Dak Prescott was a great collegiate player. Mm-hmm. He had Mississippi State ranked number 1 in the country.
Yes.
And they lost. They finally lost to Roll Tide. But you saw a guy that come in the NFL, man, and nobody thought Dak Prescott would be the quarterback. Of course, they had Tony Romo, but you saw him slowly develop. And Dak Prescott throws the football so good now, you forget he can run. Teams don't even – it's not even a game plan to stop him from running now because he throws the ball so good. Mm-hmm. So it just shows you, you put these guys in the right situation and the right coaching that they can be developed. Mm-hmm. Now, do you think if Lamar Jackson just got a step better, as a passer than what he is right now, can you imagine the way that offense will open up if he was the actual threat to throw the football? Can you imagine what that offense can do? I don't think they can be stopped, but once again, we got, it's hard to get these black quarterbacks opportunities in the NFL the same way it's hard to get black coaches jobs in the NFL. Now, out of 32 teams in the NFL, 75% of NFL players are black.
Might be more than that, bro.
Yeah, I'm being generous. I don't think they count Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson as black.
They're black.
But they don't count them, though.
They ain't got to count black.
Yeah, we know they're black. There's only 2 black head coaches in the NFL. We had 3. They fired Anthony Lynn. 2 black coaches in the NFL.
But why did they fire him, though?
I don't understand why he was fired. Anthony Lynn was dealing with a rookie quarterback.
Who's going to be the MVP?
Who's going to be a baller.
He's going to be the rookie MVP.
Tyrod Taylor was the starter. Then the injury came in the punctured lung. Herbert stepped in. Your best defensive players hurt. Your best 2 defensive players are hurt. Joey Bosa's been injured all season. Joey Bosa was only playing third down snaps for the Los Angeles Chargers this year because of an injury. Tyrod Taylor's no good. Derwin James out for the season. You got a rookie inside linebacker making all your calls and your signals. He was the leader of defense this year. He's a rookie. I didn't understand why you fired this man.
I was like, I ain't get that.
I didn't get that.
I understand it at all.
Mike Tomlin was a great coach, man, great leader of men. He's been there for a while now. Who's the other black coach? You see why we got to think like that. You see, that's just how rare it is that we have to do like that. Guys like Jim Caldwell deserve jobs. Marvin Lewis deserves a job. Marvin Lewis went to the playoffs.
Bro, I honestly don't know. Mike Tomlin, Anthony Lynn.
We got a minority coach, Ron Rivera. He's Spanish.
Brian Flores.
And that boy, that sounds like he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, he's a Blaxican.
Yeah, so, we got 1.5 black coaches. So we being generous, but we got 1.5 black coaches in the NFL.
Hey, man. Hey, I don't know. It's just, I guess, and then when they do give them jobs, they get some of the worst jobs. Like Brian Flores got the Miami Dolphins job, bro. They were like terrible.
He's doing a fabulous job.
They were terrible, and they almost made the playoffs. They like 1 game away from being in the playoffs.
They won 10 games. They should have been in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's just, but the AFC was just loaded, bro. So I mean, the AFC was just so loaded that you had to win. You had to go 12-4. You had to win your division, really, pretty much. You had to win your division.
Yeah.
To get in the playoffs in the AFC.
Yeah.
So I mean, dog, like this Rooney Rule thing, man. I heard it when I was younger, and as I got older and started understanding what the Rooney Rule was. I can't even say it's a slap in the face. I think it's like a punching, I think it's like a punching. You know how you get to hit the bridge, your eyes get watery.
I don't even think it's there. I think it's a spit in the face.
I think it's. I'm thinking. You know how you get.
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
your eyes get watery, and it's like, damn. Yeah, it's you were snotting and everything. That's how you feel when they talk about the Rooney Rule, because I feel like it's just. I think it's just a bunch of bull crap, dog. I just think that. I mean, I understand why they're doing it, but for you to just go in there and randomly interview a dude knowing you're not going to give him the job, you wasting somebody's time, bro. Like, you can get money back, but you can't get time back.
Yeah. And for people out there that's listening that don't know what the Rooney Rule is, that rule was adopted in 2003. And that rule states that if you have a head coaching vacancy in the NFL, you are required to interview at least two minority coaches. You just like, hey, bro, come on up in here. We're going to holler at you for a little bit, interview real quick. They only offer that boy water in his interview. You thirsty? I'm good. All right. They're not even taking it serious, man. We are in a state where guys like Eric Bieniemy are developing guys like Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, etc., are getting no love. When you get vacancies like the New York Giants with a young quarterback like Daniel Jones, you think a guy like Eric Bieniemy is going to be perfect to come in and develop him, but you hire guys like Joe Judge. He's a tight end coach. He's a tight end coach.
He's a receiver coach.
I thought it was tight end. You sure?
The receiver coach.
Same thing.
Not
Receiver coach.
Not really.
And these guys are getting jobs over coordinators. Now, in the way of the coaching hierarchy, you know, you're a position coach, then you become a coordinator, then you become a head coach.
That's what
But
I
when
thought.
you're minority coaches, you become a coordinator and they try to keep you there. When you're a position coach, they try to keep you there. I want y'all to go Google and tell me how many black running back coaches it is in the NFL.
Out of 32 teams, they probably got 32 black running back coaches.
Black running back coaches.
And probably they probably got about 20 black wide receiver coaches.
Now I want y'all to go Google how many black quarterback coaches.
That would be maybe 2.
Pep Hamilton. I can't think of nobody else.
And
Byron Leftwich.
Maybe Byron Leftwich.
Maybe he may be the OC. Bruce Arians may coach.
No, he's the OC, but I think he's the quarterback coach too.
Yeah, what's that? Byron Leftwich. Can't think of nobody else.
No. I would have to research that. No. So you got 2 black quarterback coaches.
Out of 32 teams.
Out of 32 teams. I don't even think that's 1%, bro.
No, 0.625. I'm sorry, I got that off my head. I know that stuff a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not good at math, so you would never.
0.062.
That's why I say I got to be under 1%. So think about that. Put that, look, Coach Wayne say, let that sizzle the spirit.
Yes, sir. Hey, switching gears. We done harped on the NFL for a while. Let's touch base on this NBA. Now, we got to see an exciting trade with the Houston Rockets. It was a 14 trade. I ain't going to go into details who went here because the only person that mattered in this trade is James Harden. James Harden is officially a Brooklyn Net. It is Kyrie Irving, who's absent right now, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and the boys from the local basketball park. They just picked up on the squad. I can't tell you nobody else.
Wait a minute.
They got rid of the supporting cast. I think they got like the Dinwiddie dude. I ain't scared of nobody last name Dinwiddie.
At all.
That boy is not hooping on us.
That's like Duncan Penderhugh.
Come on, bro. I ain't scared of nobody named Dinwiddie. I personally don't think it's going to work. I think James Harden is too selfish of an individual for it to work.
I can see that, but you got to think too. When he was at OKC, he was a dog.
This ain't OKC.
No, but listen though. This is what. But listen, where I'm going with this though. For the simple fact, he knows who the alpha dog is at the Nets, and we all know who the alpha dog is. The Slim Reaper, the Durantula, aka Nappy Root. So I think KD is the one who really wanted him to come. Now the question is, how would him and Kyrie mesh? I don't think it'll be an issue with him and KD. I think it'll be an issue with him and Kyrie because both of those guys have to. They ball. You like to dribble? KD ain't got to dribble. KD will go to the elbow right there. Just give me that elbow, and I take that 15-foot elbow jump shot and put it in your mouth all night.
Okay. In OKC, not the backtrack. James Harden was a 6-man.
Mm-hmm.
He's the MVP player now. Does James Harden see KD as the alpha now? Or does James Harden see himself as a equal to KD?
I gotta say this. If James Harden doesn't see KD as the alpha, he's smoking big rock. Because, bro, he's the best. He's the best scorer probably ever, bro. For you to be, let me say this before you go doing all that wiggling in your chest, bro. Have you ever seen a 7-foot dude be able to handle the ball like that, shoot like that, Just to do the things he does, bro, at that height, bro. I ain't never seen one like it.
No, can we just say he's the most unique 7-footer we've ever seen? Can we just say that?
But he can score with the best of them, bro.
He can. He's not the greatest scorer ever, though.
I said one of.
You said the greatest scorer
I
ever.
said he's one of the greatest scorers ever. I didn't say the best.
Oh, okay. Because I
you heard what you wanted. You
almost slapped my computer off the desk.
Hey, get that sugar daddy out your ear, man.
Because, boy.
No, twist that thing and get the sugar daddy out. You will pull out wax.
It's crazy. If I get a Q-tip and swipe through here, that Q-tip's still white, cuz.
No, dog.
Because I just Q-tipped my ear before I got here.
No, cuz.
Straight out the shower.
I don't believe that. Anyway.
Don't even go there, bro.
But listen, man, I mean, that's gonna be that's like a wait and see type thing.
Let me ask you a question though. 6 seconds on the clock. Conference finals against the Celtics. Down 2. Who take the last shot?
Damn sure you are.
Well, hard not taking that shot, man.
Bro, have you seen him in the finals? I'm talking about the Western Final. I ain't talking about the.
I know what you're talking about.
No, the NBA Finals when it was with OKC. Boy,
he was a baby though.
Oh, well, he shit the bed though.
He was a baby
though.
It
didn't get no better.
Yeah,
he had to win one game. Chris Paul set you up.
I remember.
Chris Paul set you up. Hey, Chris Paul set you up nice, bro. I got hurt, but hey, you got one game to win, bro.
Yeah.
Go out there and score 70.
Yeah.
You want to shoot the ball anyway? Go out there and score 70. You want to dribble to the clock strike 3 and pass the ball? Go out there and score 70.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it, bro. I think he got like 18 points.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, they got blown out. I'm like, damn, bro, this is when you supposed to show your worth. This when you supposed to balls out, bro. Man, he's supposed to score. If you scored 50 in that game and lost, bro, I wouldn't say that. Nobody could have said anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
For him to go out there like he did, bro, I'm talking about he just shoot bricks.
Yeah.
Damn.
Basketball season, basketball is always exciting when it comes to trades. I've been trying to find some of these rookies, man, this year, man, that kind of really like stand out, man. And right now I've been watching the kid from Golden State, Wiseman. Is it Wiseman or Wiesman, whichever one?
Wiesman, something like that.
Yo, you talking about gifted. He reminds me so much of Joel Embiid, but he's in better shape than Joel Embiid. And I think he's more athletic.
He's on the float better, too.
Oh, definitely. Joel Embiid's real heavy. Yeah. He's heavy.
You can tell how he runs.
Yeah,
he run like the heavy feet.
Yeah, this kid right here, man, he float. Oh man, he's dangerous,
like
man.
Gazelle, he's Gazelle like right
he now, is. So. He's scary good, man.
I'm with you on that one.
I'm trying to think of another rookie, man, that's really standing out to me, man.
LaMelo.
Oh yeah, baby ball. That's the baby ball.
Dog.
My bad.
You forgot about Melo?
My bad, LeVar. Don't get on me, LeVar, when you see this one day. Don't get me, LeVar.
You forgot about Melo?
LeVar gonna say, stay in your lane.
They call me Melo Yellow. That's Melo Yellow, boy.
Melo tough, man.
No, hey.
Is he better than what you expect him to be in the NBA right now at this point?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Usually you see guys kind of like be nervous, like they kind of try to feel their way through stuff. I think he just came out with just ball to the wall, bro.
Well, man, that's what happened when this guy been playing professional overseas last.
I think that helped him.
Yeah.
Going over there and then going back to high school, then coming, then going to the NBA. I think that helped him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think going over there playing with grown men, they gave him big confidence because over there you got to be fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
So you can't be over there with all them, all them Globetrotters and all that. So if you ain't fundamentally sound over there, you're not gonna play anyway.
One of the best things I heard his dad say, because the California is set up different the way they do stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
The gym where his wife used to work at was middle school, and say when his boys was in 5th grade, so 5th grade, 4th grade, 3rd grade, that's what they were in 8th. He said they used to play with 8th grade basketball team. Right. He said he would make them. He said he didn't care if they scored a point. He said he would tell the 8th grade boys to rough them up, just to get them tough,
right?
Mentally tough, physically tough. You know what I'm saying? Right. And now he just talked about how much it paid off because they wasn't soft. And you look at them, light skinned guys always get the soft rep. I know some tough light skinned dudes.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? I know some soft dark skinned dudes. You know what I'm saying? So, they got that rep because their dad was on TV and you know, they was all fancy life, and people automatically thought they were soft. But when you see their dad, man, you know he didn't raise them soft. And even the mother, who you know is going through some health stuff right now, ain't nothing soft about the way they was raised. So the way, you know, I know a lot of parents, you know, like to harp on like verbal abuse, and they don't want to curse at their kids. You know, they just say like, you know, that kind of tears down, you know, their kind of what self-respect, you know, just kind of tear them down, you know, mentally. I don't have no issue with the way you talk to them.
No, neither.
I never, you know, I don't think it's an issue to tell your son, hey man, tighten your ass up.
Yeah.
Get your ass up. I don't think there's an issue, man. Now when you start throwing other alphas and all that, now that might be an issue.
When you start telling kids they ain't gonna beat kids,
yeah, like that's
that,
a problem,
man.
That's
different. That's abuse.
But you know, being tough on your kid, I don't see an issue with it at all, man. You know, because when you get to college, man, them coaches gonna say what they want to say to you. And what you gonna do then? You're 1,000 miles away from home. What you gonna do then?
Right.
You know, so I never had an issue with the way he talked to them. And I know some people, you know, thought he was a little overboard. You know, I always respected the way he handled his business, man. He was tough on his kids, but he also showed a compassionate side, man, because he cheered for his kids no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And now you see how it paid off, man. You're talking about a guy who, out of 3 boys, man, 2 of those guys are lottery picks, man. 3 of them, you know, are NBA players. You know, even was it Jello? He's in the G League right now. Mm-hmm. That's just a blessing, man. That's big time, man. So, you know, I mean, you know, we both got sons, man. So your son a lot older than mine, man. Right. You know, right. What kind of stuff did you see work for your kid? You know, when it came to trying to motivate him or, you know, get him going.
Oh shoot, man! When he was little, man, I think he was like 2, maybe 3 years old. I mean, we used to go out, and I had just started coaching like football. He was like 3. So I just always kept him around. I exposed him to everything. I exposed him to baseball. I exposed him to basketball. I exposed him to all the different things. And he's always been around older kids. Yeah, he's always been, especially older boys. Because when I was coaching youth league, when I first started coaching youth league, all the kids was like 9, 10. So he's like 3.
Yeah.
So he's always been around older kids. And even when I started coaching high school, when he got up to 5th grade, 6th grade, he was always at the practices. So he kind of saw. Yeah. He saw it. Like I ain't have to really like say too much because he heard me interact with the high school kids and how I motivated them to be better and seeing how they worked after practice. And so he watched Osiris work hard. He watched Shaky work hard. He watched Arthur Brantley work hard. And he watched Romello Burke. All those guys, Stanley Collins, Vince Sellers, Jamal was there. He watched all these kids, Spencer Carter. He watched all these kids go out and just go hard every practice. And
he watched a lot of damn kids.
Yeah. And even like that's just when I was at Booker. So when I got to Southeast is when he was in like 7th, 8th grade. So he's seen the Tylers and the JT Galloways. He saw the Alex. He saw the Alexes. He's seen the Corey Waters Juniors. He's seen the Cam. He's seen all these kids, man, just go out there and make it to Quan Williams. He's seen all these kids just go out there and make a name for themselves and go out and go hard, man, everything they did. And I think that just me keeping him around the game, it showed him. I mean, he even just it just made him want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I ain't have to say a whole lot as far as motivating him to want to be good, but I see that he's seen what hard work did for them. Yeah. So it kind of like I ain't have to say it to you. I showed you. Yeah. That if you do it this way, this what's gonna happen. Yeah.
It's the result of
it. It's the result of it. You know, and I told him, I said, you ain't never gotta like to. Nobody really likes to work out. Yeah. Nobody likes to train. Yeah. But you like the results of it. You know, you gotta fall in love with the results.
Straight up.
You know, when you fall in love with the results of stuff, that makes you want to do it, even when you don't want to do it. Yeah. So when you fall in love with even if that's just not even football. If you fall in love with business, your business, you fall in love with that. Then you see the end result is I made 60,000 in 2 months.
Yeah.
When you fall in love with the result, it make you get up and want to go. Hey, I'm gonna go sell this. I'm gonna go sell that. I'm gonna go wash cars today. I'm gonna go wash 30 cars today because I see the result of it. So it's all about falling in love with results. Now, you ain't never gotta like what you do. I mean, you know, if you love what you do, that's a bonus. Like everybody who do stuff don't love their job.
Yeah.
You know, that's the ultimate goal is to love what you do. The ultimate goal is to love what you do, and once you love what you do, it don't become a job no more.
Straight up.
So that's the whole thing with me, man. With him, it just and I just see how he go about his business. You know what I'm saying? And it just make me just like he actually was paying attention.
Yeah, you did a great job.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it, man. But you know, it's just stuff like that, man. That's just any kid, man. Man, at least when I tell you, it's just been a blessing to be able to coach for 16 years and see the guys I've coached do what they set out to do, and do it at a level that I knew they could do, but they didn't know.
Yeah.
And then you just see them blossom, man. And it's good. It's great to watch. It's a great thing to watch.
Hey, man. Moral of that, work hard, man. Get your grind in, man. You know, trust people that trust you. Be around people that love you, that really got the best interest of you. Stop hanging out with yes man. You know what I'm saying? Hang out with people that's gonna criticize you, you know, but still show comfort, show compassion, man. You know, be around people that's gonna make you better. Don't be stagnant. You know, man. Be around guys that got the same goals as you, man. That want to be successful, that want to go to college, that want to do big things, man. The NFL is not guaranteed for none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But you can go to college. You know what I'm saying? You get the opportunity to get a degree, meet people, man. Be a coach, still make your 6 figures, even 7 figures in some cases, man. You know, man.
If you bought your issue.
If you bought your issue, man. But, yo, check it out, man. We've been on here an hour and 11 minutes. We're going to conclude EP2, episode 2, Coach's Life.
Before we leave this out, man, shout out to Coach Jared Perry, man. Review Girls Basketball, 14-1, man. Hey, I told her, hey, just start another winning streak, dog. You lost one game, it ain't going to be the end of the world. But I got to shout out Jared Perry, man, for somebody that wasn't a basketball coach, man, to go out there and get them girls playing at the level they playing at, man. It's something to see. It's something to see, man. I had to see it for myself. So, hey.
Dog, you shouting out coaches. Shout out Pamela High, whole coaching staff, dog. Whole coaching staff.
You shout them out.
Back find a fold, dog. I ain't finna call all y'all names, but y'all know what time it is.
Shout them out.
Man, you know what, dog? Shout out to all the coaches in the area. It ain't easy to do this. Oh, man, you know, big respect to everybody who put that work in and that really do the extra work and really try to, you know, get these kids opportunities to play at the next level, man. The ones that's chasing these kids, you know, like my boy Matt Browserton, man, who really care about the kids' grades, who will send me 1,000 messages and, hey, man, talk to him, you know, because he's sitting with his grades. You know, people that really pay attention to the kids' grades, because you got some people who can just give a damn less, man. You know, so if a coach really asking you about your grades, man, and your behavior in school, man, stop trying to, you know, brush these coaches off or ignore these coaches. You see them in the hall where you trying to go the other way. Man, embrace them people, because them people really care about y'all, man. And they realize it's bigger than football, because once again, without academics, there's no athletics. All right?
Student athlete, baby. Student, emphasis on student.
Coach Shay signing off. Peace.
Hey, man, we'll catch y'all Thursday.
Oh.
Thursday. We ain't going to tell you what time. We'll let you know what time.
Appreciate it, dog.
Out.